All right, we are live here, Fatboy FadeAway Sports, episode 207. I got Brian, the main man Johnson, Tyler McGurk. We'll have Casey here shortly. I'm Darren Breyer here with you, January 12th. Sunday here, boys. NFL wild card weekend on the way. We had some good college football games during the week as well. We got some baseball stuff we're going to dive into just at the end here. We got a little NBA. We'll talk about, as we were getting on the air, talk about, oh, yes, those Raiders. What are they going to do with Sanders? Patriots fans out there. Adam, if you're out there, you get your guy. You get Vrabel. It'll save the world out there in New England. So we'll get that. He has that going on as well. Brian, how you doing out there?
I'm doing good.
Oh, good. Good, Brian.
I guess all the fires ended up being in LA, so we avoided that in Orange County.
There's still a lot going on, though.
Yeah, but it's not anywhere close to Orange County.
Yeah, that's been kind of crazy. You know, when you get fires like that, given what we went through for those times, like you, I never actually got evacuated from Cloverdale here, but like I know you guys, I think you did, Tyler, for sure. It's like when you hear the word evacuation, you actually kind of know what that means, in the sense of like it's not just like, all right, you're leaving for a little bit and then you're coming back. It's not. It doesn't work like that. And so like, yeah, prayers up to everybody. We all kind of have like, I feel like we'd have some family around. I know I have some family in LA, or we know people that have been in LA, in that area. So I don't know. Well, it's LA. I mean, it just, the mountains are all like, they're just all right there. So you get a big, strong enough winds, they're just going to go. I mean, were they already predicting like $57 billion damage? I mean, that's just what the stuff the fires do too. It just rips through it. It just rips through it. It's like
it ruins everything. It's like fires give me anxiety now. Like even if they're not in my area, it's like, oh, God, that sucks.
Do you smell it sometimes and kind of for a second, like not like
it'll bring back memories from 2020, and like you're just like, oh God, I hope it's going better for them than it did for us, which it probably isn't, because fire is unrelenting and it doesn't care who you are or what you own. It's gonna ruin.
Nope. Yeah, those Malibu houses, we don't care. They are getting ripped down. Fountain Grove out here, you're getting ripped down. That's what it is. So yeah, firefighters out there. I know we had a few out here in Sonoma County. Their crews are going over there. I saw the Rams game that was supposed to be in LA on Monday night is now in Arizona.
Yeah.
I remember that happened with the Chargers one time on a Monday night, like a long time ago. I forget what team they were even playing. I think they were playing the Dolphins, I want to say, but they had to go to Arizona, the old Arizona Stadium, and that didn't happen very much. And it was like and I think it got postponed from a Sunday to a Monday. And I remember my favorite part about that game is you had like just random Arizona fans with all different jerseys like showing up to the game because it was like at this random spot watching a playoff game. So it will be interesting what the atmosphere is for that game as we move forward. Like, I don't know, it'll be interesting what that goes as we talk about it. But yeah, a lot of things coming from that. So, and then Tyler, you had your trip down to Disneyworld.
Yep.
Had you been to Disney World before?
Yeah, that's where I went on my honeymoon.
Okay, so it's the second time there, right?
Yes.
Did you learn
third time I went when I was a kid as well.
And I've probably changed a ton since then. But
yeah.
what have you? What's the inside information? Second time to Disney World. Did we learn some stuff? Did we have any adventures along the way? Was it just peace and harmony the whole time?
No, it's always peace and harmony when you're on vacation. You know how that goes. No, but I don't know. I just stopped using the public transportation that was free and given to you because it's too crowded. You're around enough crowds. I'm just going to pay the $6 Uber to get wherever I got to go. It's a lot more peaceful. You get there quicker. And it's just a little more relaxing. It's a little more expensive, but I mean, you're already paying an arm and a leg to be there.
What was it like? Were you in the park? Were you staying in the park or were you staying outside the park?
It's a lot different than Disneyland. It's really spread out. Like every park is like 2 miles away. You can't just walk from Disneyland to Disney California Adventure. You got to take a bus or take a monorail or take some sort of public transportation that sucks.
Oh, hey, where's that park over there? Yeah, it's about 2 miles that way to the east. You got to run over there, buddy. Well, I don't know if Disney World will ever be a spot I get to. Brian, you ever been to Florida before?
No, I've never been to Florida.
Casey, I don't think I know you haven't been there. I haven't been there. Watching sports on East Coast time, did you do that at all for Sunday football?
I did. I mean, not for Sunday football, but for the college playoff games, and it just sucks. I'm ready for bed. The game's not on until 8:30. You're like, what is going on? I understand the West Coast bias a little bit more now. I wouldn't watch any of the junk out here either.
Still, my favorite one is that A's Red Sox game starting at 8:00 p.m. West Coast time. I was like 11 o'clock Eastern for a Red Sox fan, and then that was the game Remote had the butt walk off. They were up to, if you were actually up, you'd been up for like 2 until like 3 o'clock. You had to go to work like 3 hours later, probably. So that one I always like that one as well. All right, so you get back from Disney World, and then you went to the Niners game before that as well. You were on fire this week. My God, these last couple of weeks. This guy just. Was that your first time there?
No, I've been there a couple times. I saw the Bucks with Mike Evans, like rookie or second year. I don't know. He was a young wide receiver. He tore us up. It was the Chip Kelly years. It was ugly. It was fun. It was fun to watch Bentley enjoy it and like actually like see a football game and respect the speed a little bit more and how big the field is. And
I don't want to start any controversies, but I'm pretty sure your wife doesn't watch the show like you said, but. You did make a comment online that, well, maybe remind me not to do this, and that I did not see it there anymore. Is there?
That's cool.
That was my favorite part. I was like, when you tweeted that out, I was like, I've been there before. Then I looked a few hours later, and the tweet's deleted. I was like, this guy. That was my favorite. That one started laughing so hard. I was like, all right, this is definitely smart man. I did it offline.
No evidence.
No evidence shown there whatsoever. Oh man, that's good. Brian, NFL playoffs. They start up the Steelers again. They just don't show up in the playoffs. I like how people were posting Doc River pictures and then Mike Tomlin pictures below each other, like they represent each other in the playoffs. Great regular season, then 5 straight losses for the Steelers. The Ravens, they have like a 13 runs or something for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then you have the Texans game. I don't know. I was hoping for a little better start out of the gate. Playoff game.
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen with the Steelers. They go into the playoffs losing 5 straight games, so I just knew the Ravens were going to handle them easily.
That's not going to be the case. So you had that. They go there at that, and then today you have Broncos Bills, which should be a blowout, right? No, should it not be? Or you think I think it should be.
I don't know. I saw a random stat yesterday that said Sean Payton's 31-12 against bald head coaches. So it might be a closer game.
See, those are the stats I like. Those ones actually matter. Those are the good superstitious stats that you need that these Vegas guys go off of. That's the inside information that we don't have. Is that who has a goatee? How do you get that stuff done? All right, before we fully dive into NFL, though, the Warriors stay 19-19 still, Brian, Casey. They continue to – they beat the Pistons after, then they lose to the Pacers. I just wrote down, will Jimmy Butler save the team? If they get him, does he save it? Is the season back on, baby? That's one of my biggest question. And for me, it's what do you think, Case?
Hell no. Nothing going to save this season right now.
Nothing?
Nothing. No.
How about 2 Jimmy Butlers? Can we get 2?
I've been often. I'm the ultimate optimist, but it's just right now it's just tough because
He said they're mid.
If any of you watched if there's an NBA fan out there, I would love to see what you would think of how the Warriors ran the last minute and a half of the Pistons game. I don't even know how you get
pretty bad
situation that the Warriors did to even win by 3, but yeah, it's just it's a cluster. You know what? Right now, it's hard. Schroeder, I don't know. You just can't seem to score like he did. The Warriors, Steph Curry.
How about Santos getting minutes? We got George out there.
He
played out of his mind the other night. So I ain't gonna slack him for that.
But we have a 500 roster, right? When we're watching, the way you're talking, it's like, yep, that's 19-19 right there. It's not. It's not saving it. So what do they? So I don't know. These Jimmy Butler rumors, they keep coming up, and I'm just like, what does it matter? It doesn't matter. Tyler, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I don't think Jimmy would put him over the top by any means. I think George Knox and Angels in the outfield knocked it out of the park. But there's a thing called talent, and they don't got it. They just don't have talented players. Like, outside of staff, there's nobody who can put the ball in the basket. Wiggins can, but he's too inconsistent in his playing. They're just not very good.
What the hell happened to Buddy Hield? Like, I don't understand.
He fooled you guys after 10 games. He said he fooled you. His buddy, he fooled you.
He started playing defense like Clay. Like, he just doesn't care anymore.
Turned into Buddy the Elf.
Ole, 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 ole. Ole defense, Johnson.
It was funny. I was listening to the Indiana. I love, like, sometimes getting the gist of, like, when I listen to YouTube basketball. And it's through, like, NBA, and it's the Indiana Pacers broadcast. And
yeah.
The guy, Halliburton's on him, and it was Nembhard. And he goes, come on, this is Buddy Hield on you. You can't let him guard you. Like,
yeah, that's like, and that's what Bob will say too about they got little guys. You got to go to the hoop, right? Or like he'll say they like the home team announcers. You're right. They'll say that. Bro, I just think I mean I don't think any. I think they got to make two big. It'd be like they need a Zion and a Jimmy Butler and not have to give up much. That's kind of what it would be.
But those are two guys that, I mean, yes, if they maybe change teams, but like one guy's very hard to play with, and the other guy's just does he want to play? Like does he want to play? Like that's the hard thing.
Brian, this is why I say we should fire Mike Dunleavy and do it now. But yeah, I'm going Brian with the shanty thoughts. I'm going hard on this one. There is no reason that he should be. I mean, I don't. He just kind of seems like your kind of corporate type guy to get this position. You could say, well, he's helped with these trades. He did this. He did that. I just don't see it. I just don't want Mike Dunleavy there. And what they did in the offseason, I never was a fan of it. I was like, they did nothing. All they did was get rid of Chris Paul's contract. That was the best thing they did. And I don't like, they didn't sign any guys they needed to. He hasn't put any kind of stuff. He's let Kerr do his thing, I think. Right? You got to give him that. He hasn't getting Kerr's way, so Kerr's responsible for the minutes and all that. But he hasn't given him like great depth as we apparently thought he had 13 guys. And if you're telling me Melton is the reason the season has turned like this, I just don't believe that. That can't be the main reason that they're 19-19. Cut bait now. The man was a terrible player for us. The best thing we know for is taking a shirt off. He does not. I just don't want him part of our franchise. He's going to end up trading Curry. He's going to be known for that too. Fire Mike Dunleavy. I just don't see the case for keeping him very long. Other than he's a great guy. Yes.
Can I get real pessimistic on this? Do we have Jerry Jones on our hands as an owner? We start off with success. He brings in Jimmy Johnson. They win Super Bowls, and then it's downhill from there. He thinks he's the bee's knees. He thinks he's light years ahead of the rest of the NBA. And it's caught up to him, and he's fallen light years behind. I wouldn't be shocked if this is where we're heading, where he has to have his fingerprints on everything. He always is in the media talking. He's the Draymond Green of NBA owners right now, not shutting up. And he doesn't do anything about his players running their mouth and not producing on the floor. I don't know. You're the owner. Do something. Get rid of Dunleavy.
Didn't Brian post a video this week of Jed York getting ripped off? We need that. Who was that? Was that little Cone or older Cone going at?
That was older Cone.
Not shocking there. Not shocking. You were saying, Keith?
Tyler, as much as I love you, you my brother, but there's no way you can compare Jerry Jones to Jerry Jacob.
Early success though.
Yeah, but you can.
Even if they fell off this map, they still won 2022. It's not that far off.
I gotcha. But there could be.
That's where my point is like they're still relevant from 3 years ago, where the Cowboys are relevant 30 years ago.
Well, you could have said that about the Cowboys in 1998. Well, 3 years ago they were relevant. But now we're not 30 years later. Like, we could be 30 years doing the same song and dance with Joe Lacob.
Mike Dunleavy better not be the GM for 30 years.
I mean, if you realize, though, they were 4 years in between championships of the three. Like, you know what I mean? So There's
But
obvious.
that's all Steph. That's not like something Lacob did. He didn't bring in Steph. He got lucky, inherited him, and it all worked out. I could see Joe Lacob being way too intrusive and having way too much of his ideas being run through this franchise for too long.
Well, it's like the Niners, whoever inherited Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. Like, I mean, it's just.
Well, DeBartolo did, but he kept them for the whole time.
Do you guys?
Is Mike Dunleavy a yes man to Lacob?
Brian,
Yes.
I think you said it. That is a good. So can we all
My
agree?
name is Paul Heyman.
David.
That's what Jerry Jones does. He gets yes men. He's got Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's a yes man to Jerry Jones right now.
Brian, that's well said. Mike Dunleavy is the yes man with it. I don't want him here. Get him out. Get him out of the boat. Brian, what's your fact of the week?
My fact of the week is that this is kind of an arrogant thing for the Lakers coach to say, but he thinks that they're hope to Los Angeles, and they want to keep playing for the city. So,
well, like we talked about the Flyers right before we came on. I know basketball is a little bit of a turn away from it. Are you now officially back on the Lakers fan base? Is that over here? Is this the rumors that are now officially in?
I just couldn't get on to the Orlando Magic, and I live in Southern California, so I may as well, go back home to where it all began with Cedric Ceballos and Nick Van Exel.
Eddie Jones.
Eddie Jones in there. Who was it? Campbell? The center was Campbell. Campbell Soup in there. Brian, we like that.
And I have a record that the Lakers are 20-16 right
now. They are doing well. Better than our Dubs. We help them out with wins if we can't guard Mr. Whitey there. That gets right by Andrew Wiggins there for an easy layup. Casey, you were saying something about what was it, Cooper Flag yesterday when we were on the phone. What was your comment I liked?
I said, this is the personal conversation that we're bringing to life.
But what'd you say though? What was the comment?
Is the white man back in sport?
No, Cooper Flag with 42 yesterday. Is he back? He gets 42. Is he the next Larry Bird? I doubt it.
We got Cooper Flag, Cooper DeJean. Like, there's all these Coopers that are taking over the. So I was just like, the white cornerbacks are coming alive. Like,
well, you were saying he should stay. You said he should stay in college another year because of how bad the teams are at the bottom. You're like, unless he wants to play in Charlotte or Toronto, but he can be with Grady Dick in Toronto. Utah, yeah.
Toronto, like, I mean, who wants to, like, it's a disaster.
Washington.
Who would want to play for these teams? These are, like, bottom seller teams. Like, I don't mind if you're, like, Houston or if you're Philadelphia, but, like, these teams that are taking out, like.
It's a white man back. I just he does look like he has a little different game, though, Tyler, than your prototypical Tyler Hansborough guy in college and stuff like that.
My favorite stat, I think, from the whole night, and there's a couple of them, but it said most points since 2006 from a Duke player, J.J. Redick.
Mike Dunleavy, number 2 on that list. Mike Dunleavy, no, okay.
And then he had 42 points, obviously, but it was the ACC freshman. But he passed J.J. Redick for most points,
Tyler,
scored as a Duke player. But is the white man back, though, as a basketball player?
Have you seen him play, Tyler?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of him this year. He's good. He's legit. He's a legit NBA player.
He's number one pick.
Star. I think he'll be an all.
But what do you think about Casey's theory about staying in college because other teams are so bad?
I mean, I get if you're.
I don't think it
because
he makes NIL, right?
Yeah, I mean he's probably making more.
He probably can make more next year.
But you want to get to that $300 million contract, and the earlier you get in the NBA, the quicker you get there.
But would you play for Toronto or Washington?
No, I would.
Would you want to play in Durham? Like, I don't know. Like,
I would rather play at Duke for 4 years.
They have great facilities there. They have great facilities.
I would not.
They're probably a better facility.
I'm on a little bit of a lull as we end this NBA Good NFL. I'm a little bit on a lull with the Dubs. I find myself just not as locked in with like, oh, what day are they playing? What team? They just kind of been such a I don't know. This has been a little bit of a disappointment.
Blow it up.
Like
I mean, the way you guys started, I don't know. I would be disappointed as a Warriors fan where it's at right now.
Well, as Curry says, they are the definition of mid. Yes, they are. You are as mid as it gets, buddy boy.
But they're even worse than that because they got off to that fact. They're pathetic. They're not mid. They're bad.
I think Curry knows that too. I think that's where he's like. That's why it's frustrating for a great player like that. Like, and I mean, he hasn't always had good games along the stretch too, but obviously he's having to carry 95% of the weight because he's the only guy that can score. That's all he did. Somebody else score basketball. My goodness.
If the Warriors did not have Steph Curry, they would legitimately have.
Maybe have 19 wins, probably.
No, they had 19 wins
on the season.
Yeah,
that's perfect. We'd have the number 1 pick.
That's what I was telling Casey. Let's take now.
Trade.
Don't win the rest of the year. Win now.
Trade Curry to the Thunder.
The Thunder.
The way Buddy Hield and Trace Jackson Jr. shoot layups, looks like they're trying.
Well, maybe maybe they made the call in. I want you to let's do good acting out there.
Lose at all costs.
If you're running full sprint at a layup, slow down. You don't like that's all I have to say.
Nobody's behind you. So Raiders, they fire though Pierce and their GM Ziegler. I don't know. We talked about as we came on. No shock. You guys been saying it the whole time. I posted something like it was their 5th head coach since Vegas. I don't know what it is since 2000, but since they got rid of Bill the Thrill Callahan, I'm sure it's got to be over. It's got to be over 12 head coaches easily. I mean, that's the definition of inconsistency at top. And then you're just looking for one-offs. You have like Jack Del Rio. He has a little success, then he has a bad year. They get rid of him, and then they have other. I'm not saying that. This is why you stink. And I don't. And Tyler's like, well, did you want Pierce? Well, no, I didn't want Pierce, but I'm just saying like this pattern never equals success, and now they have to do another rebuild with another GM and hire another coach that's going to bring in another system. So until they get a quarterback that just can override any of this terribleness at top and just be the reason they're good, they will continue to be a joke of a franchise when you have the haircut out of Chico State getting the job done up top. Like that is just not going to get it done. And Mark Davis is a terrible owner. He's proven he's a terrible owner. He might be a better businessman in some ways of it, like getting things done there, but is not resulted on field success. And I don't know, maybe he's not hiring the proper CEO. Whatever it's doing, it's not working. Get a quarterback. That's what the job is. And I'm just tired of this franchise. I'm tired of their crappiness and their just dumbness. And people coming in acting like Tom Brady's going to be a hero. Give me a break. He's not playing. That's different. Let's see what he is. Maybe he is the next Jerry West. Prove it, Tom. Come on. Let's go. You owe us a lot after that stupid fumble. So you better reverse a little bit and get us 20 years of greatness. So that's how I look at it. Little frustrating. Not that necessarily they got fired, but just the whole franchise the last 23 years. What a joke. Absolute joke.
So you said they need a quarterback. Would you trade up to go get Cam or Sador, or do you sit back? Do you want Drew Aller? He's a bum.
They're gonna trade up. There's no way they're gonna sit pat this year. I mean,
Casey said Joey Dart.
You fire your GM, you fire your coach. You're gonna go get a new franchise quarterback, and it might be the primetime duo, Sanders and Sanders. One is a coach, one is a quarterback. How
much would they have to trade up for the 1 pick? They're at 6. So they're giving up their 6th pick. Do they have to give up their next one next year?
Next 2 first-round picks, probably.
But what you do is you trade Max Crosby, and you got to reload anyways and get a bunch of picks for him. You know what I'm saying?
Shut your mouth about Max Crosby.
I'm just saying Max isn't going to want to be around for this.
We already did that with Khalil Mack.
But it might not be a rebuild if you get a quarterback. That's my thing. If you get a quarterback, maybe
even if you get a quarterback, you're going to need more than that. You still need a running back.
We have
you need a running back. You need a franchise wide receiver.
We have a Hall of Fame tight end. We have that right there at that point. We have Jacob Myers that could do. He came on.
Kobe.
It's time to trade Max. You need a rebuild.
No. Max is 29 years old. Like,
If you trade up, you got to get more picks anyways.
I'm not anti-trade, Matt. I'm kind of with Brian a little bit.
But then you're saying I get where you're getting at, Brian, but you're saying trade Max and get picks, but then you're saying give away the picks to get the quarterback. So I mean,
you got to remake it up. You got to
exactly.
But you can't just give up. Like, I feel like that's what the staple is. Like, you have to build on defense first.
I agree. Is Crosby good enough for us?
In the division that they're in, you're playing against Kansas City. You're playing against Andy.
You gotta have that.
I mean, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same question with the guy from Cleveland, the edge rusher. I mean, is he going to want to stick around for another rebuild?
What if we doubled up, Ryan, and we get Garrett? We have Crosby and Garrett along with Smith.
Why would Garrett want to go to Vegas when he wants to leave Cleveland?
Haven't you ever been to Vegas?
Maybe he loves the strip club.
He plays likes the game.
I would sign Myles Garrett and draft the guy from Penn State, Carter, and get Coots Bays. Just say we're running 4 minutes. We're going after the quarterback all day. Like,
they need to do what Houston did and somehow get the same draft, trade up, big. We got our defensive guy, we got our quarterback. Let's go from there. That's what they need to hit on. They need to do something like that.
I mean, you guys know as well as like me and Darren. You guys have been Niners fans all your life. How do you guys win in the trenches? It was Justin Smith. It was all these guys, Alden Smith.
But at some point we had to get a quarterback, a franchise receiver, a franchise running back.
Michael Crabtree, shut up.
I agree, Brian, but you guys had Alex Smith, and you could still make it deep in the playoffs. Like we're just trying to enter the contest right now.
Yeah, we're just sitting out there the whole time at the plexiglass, like, hello. Can we have any fun on Sundays? Is that allowed? Is that yeah? That's
the wild card. The last wild card experience for me and Darren was pathetic. We had Connor Cook and Matt McGloin.
No, the Bengals won.
The Bengals.
And I remember I randomly went golfing with Tyler and Zano. We only got back for the fourth quarter. So I didn't even watch that.
I mean, come on, Darren. You got a playoff game. You go golfing. That's about as bad as Casey watching Walker Texas Ranger during an MLB All-Star game.
Do you know that's what happens when you put it on at an early Saturday game? I was a terrible spot. That was not an AFC South team we were playing. Put them in on later. We did not put them in there. But I proved right. I didn't waste my time. So
Brian,
points.
Brian, did you notice that I was not involved in that golf game?
That's I think I shot 10 over that.
That's why I don't think the passion. If the Raiders are really good and the Warriors are really good, the passion is more with the Warriors for Darren, in my opinion.
Well, the Raiders have broken the heart quite a bit. They, like I said, Brian, 2 decades of suckiness. What are you talking about? It's like every year. It's like, imagine if you had this year for 20 years. You'd just be like. It's not football. It's not even fun to watch sometimes. It's not. I can't go there with a sword and paint on my face and go like, "Yay, go!" That's just not what I'm gonna do. And like when they stink. I mean, I saw a lot of bad football. And
I think that the only team that's relevant, I would say, to our, I want to say mediocrity is a polite word, but is probably the Dolphins. Their last one was 2001.
I'd say the Browns even more.
Yeah.
The Browns at least have been relevant.
I mean, I would even go as far as to say the Arizona Cardinals because they've never even won a championship ever.
Yeah, but they've been to the Super Bowl and had some runs. Yeah, that's the thing. We haven't even won a play. No.
That's what I mean. Dolphins, the last win was 2000.
Yeah, I guess the Dolphins. I guess they've made the wild card a few more times.
The Raiders have the most losses of the last 30 years. That's what you're dealing with.
What a stadium, folks. What a stadium they possess.
That's why you need to bring excitement. You need the 2 Sanders coming in. You gotta love the press conferences if that happens. Come on,
man. What? Go ahead, T.
Do you guys like that idea?
No.
Raiders fans?
I mean, I don't. At this point, it doesn't matter. I honestly
Of course,
Well,
it matters.
does
You
matter
get his
because
coach.
It's the right move.
But if they hire Ben Johnson, that doesn't like get my point. Like it feels like it doesn't matter. Like whether they hire this guy or that guy, I don't know. Like I'm with. I don't think they're going to trade up. What they tried to trade up last year to get Daniels and them. Like
No, you guys sat pat and you didn't get anybody. I guess you got your franchise tied in, but everybody took a quarterback before you. You can't do that again this year.
So you think the Titans are going to give up on Will? I like Levi's. That's what they're.
Yeah, they're the candidate. I just feel like they're going to trade out of the first pick.
So you believe in Will? You believe in the Mayo man? I did. See, I would think they would trade. Why would they just draft Sanders? They have the one pick.
Yeah, the Titans need a quarterback as bad as the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying. Why won't they?
I'm just saying they're a candidate. Trade down, and I think they would get more picks and move. I just don't see them sitting at one.
So you think they believe in Will the Thrill? That's what that tells me. They want Will Levi's to be their quarterback.
Like Jimmy said on Talking the Gridiron, they're going to give him one more chance.
There's no way Callahan with his coaching career on the line is going to go, I'm going with Will Levis again. his career's on the line. Like as a head
I just don't see them sitting at one. They're going to trade down.
That'd be funny if they go. We're hiring Sanders. I can't say Dion in Tennessee though. That would be it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that'd be funny. I didn't think I'd go.
Just like Terrell said, I hope none of these players go to Tennessee.
What is it?
I feel like Callahan's like the guy, like like, and we all know this from playing video games, but it's like Madden, and you grab a guy, and you're like, they're like. And it's after franchise mode where like these guys don't even have names, and he's projected this, and Will Levis is that guy, and it's just like this guy can't throw as hard as I thought. He's not as accurate as I thought. He makes horrible, dumb decisions. It's like, well, I got like 2 years left in this business, and I'm gonna rock with this guy to go down.
No,
I don't think like Callahan's that dumb to do that.
Sanders is going to be the guy or Cam Ward.
Brian, a stone cold lock. The Titans will not be sitting at the number one pick. You're trading down. Stone cold lock.
Lock it in. Lock it in. Stone cold lock. I like it. That's the way we got to do it.
I remember one time me and Darren did a franchise on Madden. And we ended up moving the Green Bay Packers out of Green Bay, and we moved them to Santa Rosa, California, and we ended up being in a bunch of debt money-wise.
we learned our lesson early. We are not billionaires. We do not run a proper franchise.
2025 is proving you.
Proving us right on that one. All right, before we get to keep it moving here, any thoughts on any Niner things come up this week? Nothing. It looked like I think the one thing I saw that was interesting was Jedrick got a little, like I said, from Cone about some of his crappiness, I guess.
I thought that was funny. He says, "I'm an owner. I can't get dismissed."
And know your role, Lil Cone. You know your role.
But I think they're going to end up getting Saul as the defensive coordinator.
That's it. That's the big thing. You guys end up with Big Saul there along the way. Darren, yeah.
Please let me in on this one.
Yeah.
So I was watching our old podcast, and it was our beginning predictions of the season. Tyler and Brian, I love you guys so much for the Niners. It was just like
I think Brian had him 15-1 or something.
Brian was Buddha loving.
I went full homer mode.
It was just great because what you said. One of my favorite things in Tyler to this day, like there's like this complete opposite. Brian's like, we have great cornerback. We're like, our depth is unreal, and I was just like, Tyler, like I hear him saying our quarterback. It was like one of the.
Hey, Lenore hasn't given up a touchdown all year, buddy.
That's great.
How was he on him this year?
That's funny. That's funny. Hey, what's Super Bowl prediction matchup? Who cares if the Texans beat right? But what's your prediction? Just give me your matchup prediction here. What do you got, Case?
We can't do predictions for the day like the wild card. You're just jumping all the way to Super Bowl.
I got all the high seeds, Woody. Do you have any upsets? Packers?
The more I think about it, I think that the Packers could pull that game off.
I got the Packers as well, Brian.
So you have the Packers. So you have the Packers winning. You have the
I have the
Broncos pulling
Commanders.
upset. You have the Commanders pulling out the win. All right, I like that. I have.
If Philly loses today, do you think that coach stays around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
I think. Yeah. I don't think he's.
I think his seat gets extremely hot. That's for sure.
It does get a little warm.
It warms
That is
up.
for sure.
He'd be sitting on a Philly cheesesteak. That's for sure.
So everybody has Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler, you have Philadelphia.
Despite about
I
my
have
fact of
Philadelphia.
Me too.
Sean Payton being unreal against bald head coaches.
Oh, yeah, that stat's just not going to get the job done. Wear a beanie, put some that'd be funny. He like gets fake hair for a week or he's like so superstitious. He's like, I got to get hair. I got that's gonna kill us. And then you got, and then I got I got Tampa Bay over Washington today. What do you guys have? Tyler has Washington.
I got Tampa just because Baker's been in the playoffs, and I feel like the Commanders are just playing with house money at this point.
Which is always usually pretty good. It's good to play with a little house money. What do you got, Chase?
And this is a tough one because I like both. Legitimately, I like, like if I was to root for someone as the underdog, I feel like they're both there. I like Baker, I just like Baker a little bit more because he's been in the situation. I know Jaden's he's proven he's not a rookie and nothing seems to bother him at all. But I guess I would like to see Tampa. I don't even know if I would choose Tampa, but I would like to see Tampa in the next round.
The only thing I want to see is Baltimore versus Buffalo in the next round. Just get me that. Just get to me. Don't let me down, Buffalo. Don't let me down.
Denver, do not win, please. Denver, do not.
I know that's set up for a good, and then
Well, then the Chiefs just get the run through the I don't want to see the Chiefs play the Broncos.
No, not at all. I don't want to see that. That's
so
not
45-7.
But yeah, I wouldn't have confidence. They won, especially after they won 38. I think. All right. So what do you think then as your Super Bowl kind of matchup here? Which one? It could be what you want, what you think is going to happen. What do you think, Brian? What's your Super Bowl matchup here?
I think it's going to be the Lions and the Bills. I think Josh Allen's going to get over the hump this year.
I mean, he beats Lamar, maybe beats Mr. Mahomes or CJ Stroud there. Case, what are you going with?
That was 1 year off, fellas. I'm going with the Lions. They're going to win it all.
Who are they playing?
They're playing not the Chiefs, but the Chefs. Or the Chefs.
They'll play like the Chefs. On that week, maybe the Lions are the team that has to beat the Chiefs. They'll go for it enough. They'll be gutsy enough to overcome a team like that.
24 downs.
This is not their time.
Because I don't want another Super Bowl with Taylor Swift. I'm just hoping. Just knock them out. Knock the Chiefs out. Anybody in the AFC, knock that team out of there.
Poor Taylor, taking a beating here on the spot. What do you got?
Even Bill Belichick has the same opinion.
Bill Belichick. What do you got?
Because that's what he said. He was on the Manning show. He said, "Please, somebody beat the Chiefs. I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift."
You guess what? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Maybe his girlfriend's jealous.
Maybe so. What do you got, Tyler?
I got a rematch of 2 years ago. I got Chiefs Eagles.
Eagles, they make their way in. Wow, Brian would love that. Be like Ohio State, Notre Dame for me. Brian would love that. Brian,
I think the Eagles have the best defense in the NFC, and I think that'll carry them to that Super Bowl. As long as Jalen Hurts doesn't play like garbage,
that's what I
can at times. You have a great run game, a good O-line, and then you have the best defense in the NFC. I just think they're a tougher out than people are giving them credit for right now.
So, Tyler, I got to ask you this real quick. Since you said Hurts, do you think Love or Hurts is better quarterback?
I'd rather have Love, but
so
I'd rather have Love.
Who do you think's the better team, though?
The Eagles, I think, are much better.
Okay.
I'd rather have the Eagles at almost every other position group, like running back.
That definitely seems like a Tyler prediction. You slurp the Chiefs, but you slurp the Eagles, buddy.
No, I feel you though. I mean, that's a good. I don't blame him for that choice because I mean, The Eagles been running high. The only thing I think that sucks is that the Packers. Is it Watson that got injured?
Yeah, he's done for probably next year even.
I think that's the part that kind of like. I don't know, man. Like that deep threat for Love, I think that it was kind of like his mini Devontae Adams, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, he's not Devontae Adams, but
no, but you get what I'm coming at.
he's a big playmaker. He averages over 15 yards per reception. He's deep threat. I don't love the Packers roster as a whole. I don't. I mean, their numbers prove that they're saying they're a great team, like good overall team. I just don't see the like standout talent that I see on the Eagles and like AJ Brown and Barkley and I don't know.
Is Watson out too?
I think Jordan Love is the most.
Yeah, Watson.
I think Jordan Love is the most talented quarterback left in the NFC.
He probably. I don't know. I think Goff is having a better year.
Talented. That's it. Talented.
I got the Lions versus the Bills as well. I'm with Johnson on that one. I just think the Lions is set up for them. I know they get that week off. They haven't had a break since week 5. I get a little chance to kind of reboot. They played hard throughout the year. The matchup should be winnable. That Eagles one would be the one you're staring at, but the rest of them I kind of feel like they're heavy favorites against. You know what I mean? I really feel like other than the Eagles, like they'll be pretty high. They'll probably be like at least a touchdown favorite over the rest of the competition. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean, the Bucs, they're going to be favored over highly. The Packers, they'd be highly favored. Minnesota, they'd be highly favored over, I think. I don't know. Maybe it would get bet down to 3 points, but I would, as a fan watching, I'm like, they should beat the Vikings. That's where I'm coming at with it. So I don't know. Maybe
you guys got the Rams or the Vikings on Monday.
Rams in Arizona.
Sam Darnold left a lot to be desired, and Kevin O'Connell coached the worst game I've ever seen, I think, for a 14-3 team. That game against the Lions was coaching malpractice. Like, that was terrible.
Let's coach to lose. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I was like, everything you shouldn't be doing, you're doing because you're playing the Lions. It was like the Lions' aggressiveness got the Vikings' head.
I'm taking the Vikings.
To make the Super Bowl?
No.
Oh, I was like, what?
Taking the Ghostbusters.
If I can change it that quick. No,
to beat the Rams.
I feel like O'Connell in that game last week was trying to make a point that Darnold's a good thrower, but that didn't even work in that game. It felt like there was a lot left to be desired. In my opinion, I just think, in my opinion, I'm going to go with the Rams because I just think Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback than Darnold.
I wonder if they'll have more of a home field advantage there than they would.
I would like to say, Brian, I am rooting for the LA Rams just because there's obviously more things, especially with the wildfires and everything. But I would like to see the LA team have relevance. California.
They just won the Super Bowl a few years ago.
No, I just mean this particular.
In this time.
Let's talk about the Chargers yesterday. What the heck happened to that team? I mean, they just didn't even show up.
No.
The same old Chargers every year, man.
Go Chargers, go!
My favorite part was the guy that got the kicker that got the field goal block. Just knock it down. Stop. I could hear that's all I could hear is Tom Jackson. Just knock it down. Don't knock it down. Don't catch them.
Darren, you remember? You guys all play Madden. Just whap it down.
Just whap it down. That's what that was the definition of just whap it
down. No, I mean, because I used to live in San Diego when they were out there. It's like every year that team just doesn't get it done in the playoffs.
Hey, at least they didn't choke this time. At least they were just lost straight out. They didn't blow a 24 to that's the only positive, Brian. At least lose for the Herbert was awful. He was pathetic. He was one of my losers of the week. He was awful. What do you mean he wasn't good? I mean, the offensive line broke down a few times for sure, but
a few times.
Yeah, I just say it wasn't his best game. He made some good plays at the end.
The 30-26 throw. There's like 2 people in the league that can make that throw there.
I thought he could have been better.
Well, he threw 4 picks, so there better be more potential for him.
I mean, I know one was tipped by the guy.
You guys know if you watch a game, there was the one off of Disley that he should have caught.
So you thought he played good?
I don't think he played good, but I don't think
there you
you're
go.
going to say 4 interceptions. That's misleading.
Hey, you're responsible for the
I,
ball. It's
I, I
in your
feel
hand.
like he's a
Winners
little
want the ball.
overrated. I feel like Herbert's a little overrated in my opinion.
I mean, I'll take him in a heartbeat on the Raiders. Let's not
Just
get dumb
because
about it.
Darren, just because you took your kid to Taco Bell and he ordered whatever he wanted doesn't mean that you got to blame Taco Bell. At some point, you got to blame yourself for making that order, right?
I thought Taco Bell was a first-class organization. We didn't get that. I thought we had to.
Did your child have diarrhea?
Exactly. I was helping him with it. He said he had tummy issues. I was trying to help him get it out.
Cheese.
We got the supreme.
So NFL wise, we got a lot going on with it. Brian, maybe you'll jump on talking tonight as we can.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
And then if we kind of keep it kind of moving here, we had MLB. Just quick little notes. A's, they re-signed Rooker to a good deal. Get that. And then whatever, they have to spend $105. And then the Giants get Pablo's best friend, Mr. Verlander, to sign him to a 1-year deal. So you guys, little baseball notes from the week. Brian or Tyler, you happy with little Verlander in the rotation?
No, yeah, I think it's a good signing. I don't know how good it'll be, but it's 1 year. He's 42 years old. Won't have to see him much after this year. It'll always remind me of the 2012 World Series, like you mentioned with Pablo. I don't know. It's a win-win. It could suck, but it's not a long-term deal.
I kind of said I compared you guys in the Red Sox on the 7th inning with Logan. It was out there. He did the show with me this Thursday, and I was saying the Giants and the Red Sox would disappoint me if they didn't make another move, though. Even though they made a big move, I'd still be a little disappointed if they didn't make another one before the
Somebody posted the funniest video about Verlander going to the Giants. It was that scene from Billy Madison when he shows up to high school and he's like the old guy.
Oh yeah. Doyle rules. All right, I got movie picks here with it. Tyler, let's start with you. I have a few. I have 3 that we can go over. Hopefully, you guys each had one that we can maybe go with. What do you got, T, for yours?
I got 2 movies that are kind of similar, and then it's like a ensemble cast. I got The Usual Suspects with the guy who can't be mentioned and canceled for his allegations. House of Cards. But The Usual Suspects versus Reservoir Dogs, Quentin Tarantino, with all those great actors, and just both have great endings. Good movies. I don't know if you've seen them both, but what is your favorite movie of the 2?
So name them 2 again for me.
The Usual Suspects.
Yep.
And Reservoir Dogs.
Unusual Suspects.
The Usual Suspects.
Or Usual Suspects. The Usual Suspects.
There's a sequel?
Good idea.
I'll go Usual Suspects. Brian, have you seen it?
I'll go Usual Suspects myself.
Oh yeah, for sure. Usual Suspects, no doubt. I just love just the plot. I mean, we ain't gonna go into the dude. He got his own issues, but it's a great movie. I just love how the ending kind of just ties up the whole thing. It's just a badass movie if you've never seen it.
You
Really
have another one, T, or no? Just as one.
I mean, I did watch Dune 2 and Interstellar on the airplane. Both really good movies.
I've never seen Dune. I've never
Which
seen
one,
either.
Tyler? Say that
Dune
again.
2 with Timothée Chalamet. It's like a crazy sci-fi movie, and I'm not even into sci-fi movies.
I thought you said Doom 2 as like the Rock.
The Rock.
All the
The first one was bad enough.
Yeah, we did another one. Brian, did you have a movie pick?
Yeah, nobody does dark roles like Ben Affleck. So I have 2 movies. I don't know if you've seen them, but one's The Town, and then the other one I watched yesterday, Deep Water. That was a good movie.
Ooh, that is a great movie, Brian.
The Town is one of the more intense movies. It's not. The one with his brother is even more intense. We can't think of that one off the top of my head. What's that one that he does where he has to eat? Oh gosh, that
Gone,
one.
Baby Gone. Or Gone,
that movie is intensely different.
Not
I know
Gone,
The
Baby
Town.
Gone. What's it called?
Yeah, it is. I think that's what it is actually called.
Okay, yeah.
I go The Town, Brian.
Yeah,
I've never
after-
seen Deep Water. I'm going. The Town.
Yeah, you got to check it. It's like a Hulu movie, but it's really good.
Casey, you went Town too?
Yeah, no, I go with that one.
Casey, do you have a movie pick for this week?
I did, man. I was kind of thinking about it. I mean, like, well, I've watched so many movies in my life, and I was like, man, I don't even know how to choose from. But I was like, so do you guys remember the new Chips movie?
Nope.
No.
You guys?
Blue Chips?
No, Chips with Dak Shepard and Michael Pena.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, it was
No.
funny.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay. And then I was gonna say The Watch with Ben Stiller.
Is that not the? Is that the one with also Jamie Foxx? As I'm thinking of in that one, not Jamie
No.
Foxx. No, he's not it. No, I don't think I've seen either of those.
Really?
Oh, no, I don't think I've seen either of those ones.
I tried to make more.
I've
Brian, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, they're both very funny movies.
They're comedy movies. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Based on the actors, you said that makes sense.
Which one would you rock with, Brian?
I would definitely go The Watch. That movie's great.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's
Like when that guy shows up at the party, he says, "There's those two hot girls. You know who they are. Give them my phone number."
Jared hasn't seen these.
If I've seen the name, it must. It's not ringing a bell to me right now. T, have you seen them?
I've seen The Watch. I haven't seen the other movie, but I don't know it very well. I know it's about like robbing a bank and
That's the one that has not Jamie Foxx, but the other guy in it did. That I was
Vince
thinking of.
Vaughn, Jonah Hill.
Oh, there's. That's not.
It's about like an alien invasion in Costco, basically.
Yes.
I'm thinking of a different movie. I'm thinking of like the tower. Like I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Oh, all right. I see what you're saying. It's yeah. No, I know what you're talking about, and it also has Jonah Hill in it. Yeah, I got you. Yes, now I have seen that movie, but that one's been a long time ago too. Now that I saw the cover for it, I have seen that one. You're right. That what a crazy idea for a movie. I got $1 Million Baby or Runaway Jury. So you got one with Gene Hackman. You got the other one with Clint Eastwood. Casey, what one do you got?
Runaway Jury.
Oh, I like it. Tyler?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Runaway Jury as well.
Johnson, you on Runaway? Gene Hackman.
What was the first movie?
$1 Million Baby.
Man, that's a tough watch. I'd never watch it again, but it was a good watch on first time watching it. It's too sad for me, but I've never seen Runaway Jury.
From the man that watched Mystic River. And I did finish that movie. It was a good movie.
I am shocked.
I have to see it. Rudy or The Replacements?
Well,
I've always been a Replacements guy, so I'm going Replacement.
Didn't you name your dog after Rudy?
No, that's what he named his girlfriend.
Rudy.
Welcome me.
Rudy. You got Rudy or Replacements, Casey?
Well, Casey's used to dating dogs, so it's pretty easy. Right back at you.
Well done, Johnson. Rudy. Arsenio Hall. Rudy or Replacements, Case?
Oh man, I think Rudy only because that's like what I watched.
Because he likes dogs.
When I watched with my papa when I was like 10 years old, I think that's where it gets me, and that's why I think I rooted.
I don't think you guys appreciate Rudy enough.
But the Replacements though is like Keanu Reeves is so he plays that corny actor like so well. Like it reminds me of you, like because you do the stupid like like eccentric parts. So like I think that's like part of the love of it. Where
I think he's like he tries to be. He's not even funny when he's trying to be funny. Like you know what I mean? He's not even trying to be funny when he's just acting.
Well, the best part is when Gene Hackman, for me, is in that movie, The Replacement. He's like, "What happened there?" And he's like, "I saw somebody open." He goes, "Winners always want the ball."
I know. It's such I didn't realize that was like his second to last movie he ever did. The Replacement, Gene Hackman. I didn't realize he's been retired since like 2004. He's never done a movie since 2004. I think he was like briefly had a part in 06 Superman because he was in the original one, but he didn't have like a big part in that one. But I didn't realize that was his last. Like he was done in 04. So
He was one of the best, man.
Yeah, he was, but I kind of didn't think of it like that. So, and then Tyler and Rudy are replacements.
It's Rudy by a mile. Rudy's actually like a really, really good movie. Well, Replacements is entertaining, but like as far as movies go,
For people that have always hated on Rudy because I like it, I'll always give him maybe the first like 45 minutes is not like, you know what I mean? It's not like naturally a football movie or what you think it is, and then like, you know, Joe Montana did kind of ruin some of the mystique as he keeps ripping on Rudy over the years. So there was a little bit of that. So, and the rewatchables at the time, or not the rewatchables, the replacements at the time, I wondered how many people thought it was a dumb movie at times, because like just for like the slapstick humor like that there was. I don't know, it's curious. I think that movie's kind of been funny how everybody's loves that movie now over 20 years.
You can make love to Rudy and you can laugh at Rudy.
Yes, you can. You can do both. A little bit of both.
When you can do that, that's a great movie.
I don't know if you guys have seen these ones. My last one was We Are the Millers or Couples Retreat. And we are the like that. Have you guys
that's
seen
all where they go to Mexico and
yeah, with
like,
each
drug deal.
I definitely Couples
no.
Retreat. That was hilarious.
I don't remember it. I don't think Couples Retreat's about it. It's like they go there. Remember at the end?
We Are the Millers is like
yes, that one. Yeah, Couples Retreat is where they go there. That part where Vince Vaughn's playing the guy on the guitar or whatever. That's something stupid like that. The guy from Couples Retreat that always cracked me up was the guy that comes in. He's the yoga instructor, and he always has like he's got the ripped body. And that guy always for some reason. Well, what's the line he always says? I can't think of it right now. I always say it to Hannah to piss her off too, like the little line that like he uses all the time. Encouragement. That's what he says. Encouragement. Like, and he like slaps him on the bottom every time. Encouragement. The husbands are like, what the heck?
Or when they leave them in the ocean with the shark and they throw chum in there.
Yeah, they throw that in there, dude. We are the Millers is funny too, though, with Jennifer Aniston. That one has some really good lines in it too. The boyfriend that has like the two tattoos on his hand. That's kind of funny. Yeah, the no regrets, or on his neck, no regrets.
You don't have any regrets. You don't have any, like not even one.
Not even one word. Not even one word. Not even one letter. One letter. Yeah, that part's good. Which one do you go with, Case? Brian has Couples Retreat.
I love We Are the Millers, but Couples Retreat, I think that one's the best. I just like the big black guy when they're like, yeah, everyone's got to take all their clothes off. He's like, man, I didn't wear any drawers, man. He's just like that, and then he just like rips off his khakis, and all the woman, everyone's like,
he was actually in Replacements.
And Vince Vaughn is like, it's out, right?
Yeah, it's out, right? It's out. Tyler, have you seen either one, T?
Yeah, I've seen, but I've gone We're the Millers. Prime Jennifer Aniston. The whole bus ride, like getting in and then them singing. Jason Sudeikis is hilarious. I gotta go We're the Millers. And then the stripper scene on its own just holds up over anything over Couples Retreat.
How does Emily feel about this?
Yeah,
who cares? Is what I say. Who cares?
Delete the tape.
It's a movie.
Delete the tape. We got winners and losers, gentlemen. Winners and losers time of the pod as we wrap it up here at episode 207 here. Brian, what do you want to start with?
I'll start with the loser. I'm going to go after Tyler and Casey's girl, Joy Taylor. It came out that she was sleeping her way up to become a main anchor. So
that's what the report is saying, right? She'll have her time.
And I know it kind of takes Tyler and Casey's girl down a couple pegs, but she's my loser of the week.
How about their boy Skip Bayless? Isn't he involved in this as well? With no, just kidding. I thought that wasn't there something with Skip too, right, Case? Was it like Skip got 1.5 million?
For me, it would be a Sacagawea coin and a half of Abraham Lincoln, so it'd be a
1.5 million offer. I mean, I can't even imagine people. Unbelievable. That's a so
then my other loser of the week is Gavin Newsom running away from somebody and threatening to call Biden because she's frustrated about the fires. So.
Brian, we can always count on you for a good political loser of the week every month. I can enjoy that. How about winner? How about winners? Hair gel has stayed that we got is what the hair gel has stayed on the head there. What do you got, Case, for loser of the week?
Well, Brian, you stay away from my search engine history.
Casey likes his meat dark.
That's why he always gets the chicken leg. What do you got, Casey?
Always the best. Loser, man. This week I really didn't have much. The only thing, I hate to do it to him because he's a young man with Penn State quarterback, man. Max Elliott just making that throw, man. That's a tough pill to swallow, brother. That's just I would say that's my loser of the week. I hate to do it to a young man like that, but I know himself would probably be saying the same thing. So,
at least he wasn't P. Jones type loser from last week. Remember, that was the key. It wasn't P.
he
Jones.
was on the
from
field.
Georgia. It's on the field. Tyler, what do you got for loser?
I mean, to take it a step further, just the quarterbacking play in college football this year has been atrocious, especially in these playoffs. These are the best teams, like, as far as quarterbacking you have to offer. It's left a lot to be desired as far as I'm concerned, and it's hard to watch at times. Yes, they're good football teams as far as their defense is and special teams, but these offenses are boring.
I kind of have the same note.
Carson Beck is going to be in the portal, so
yeah, well,
He's
we'll
already
see
signed with Miami.
Yeah, so he's already there.
Back.
QB.
back. Yeah.
I got Steelers, Russell Wilson, Tomlin, just that whole group right there. Just Herbert, and then UCLA head coach Mick Cronin from their basketball coach. This guy, I would never want to play for this guy. This guy would be way too intense for me on every level. He just looks like he's gonna have an aneurysm every time he's out like coaching a game. Like he's just, as a player, I would just be kind of fed up playing with him. I get why his teams are they play hard, they defensively, but they never can score enough anyways. Mick, you're calling out your team and then you're calling out the rest the next day. Just play basketball, baby. We don't have to hear every little thing from you. So Mick, UCLA, you get it. Ryan, what do you got for winners of the week?
I gotta go. Bob's gonna like this. Firefighters of America, battling fires all over the place, and they don't get enough credit. So
I agree. It's hard you do a job like that. No doubt you get lost. We can kind of take it for granted. Like, oh, these guys are getting sent to LA. It's like, yeah, well, they're going to be there for probably like 2 weeks or something like that, 10 days under extreme circumstances. So great call on that.
And the Ohio State Buckeyes, they made Darren's dream come true.
God, the strip sack, the scoop, and the score. What do you got, Case, for winner of the week?
I got winner of the week, and Brian, I thought you might bring it up for NBA fact, but Jokic and Westbrook have had, I believe it's 2 triple-doubles in the same game this year, and so that was pretty phenomenal. It's just to have 2 players put up a triple-double in the same game. Westbrook, he's like rejuvenated. I don't know what happened, but he's actually playing good. Like, the Nuggets look like a different team with him on the floor, and just amazing how much just the scenery makes a difference. And like what Brian said, to reiterate, the firefighters, everyone putting on their line, just we know how it was being in Northern California, and it's just it's heartbreaking, man. But everyone's doing their best to do it. It's just whatever you can do to help. That's pretty much the main gist of it, man. Just, the next man up, next brother, next sister. And so, yeah, no, it's sometimes, it's just hard to watch, but, at least we know that, there's still good people out there.
No doubt. Well said. Tyler, what do you got? Winner of the week here.
I mean, I had firefighters. I'll also bring up the prisoners who are doing this next to the firefighters, helping them out. These guys getting paid nothing. They obviously get out of a cell, which is nice, but they're still helping us out, helping the firefighters. They deserve a special shout-out for this, even though they have done things in the past that are wrong. Another winner is Ryan Day. These Ohio State fans that wanted him fired because he's won 90% of his games but can't beat one team are just dumbasses like some other people who always want their coach fired for some strange reason. So
pro coaching.
Pro winning, Brian. Pro winning. We don't like losers. And then that's all I got.
Ryan Day. All right.
One more. I got one more. I was shopping with my mother, and I swear to God, on my life, we ran into Tyler's dad's doppelganger. I don't know if his brother, if he has a brother in the area, or if he has a cousin. It was like I I was literally shopping in Oliver's, and I almost yelled at Greg, and my mom slapped me. And she was like, "That's not Greg," and I was like, "That's Greg." And she's like,
Was it enough?
the guy was shopping left-handed. He had the
He
same.
was shopping left-handed. You have a scouting report on this guy? You have a scouting report on it?
What?
When you go
Yeah.
He had the same kind of half comb over that he looked like he tried at the
He had a
morning.
freckle on his left arm.
Did you see the way he grabbed those cookies off the shelf with his left
But
hand?
the
He
thing
slapped
was,
them out
like every aisle I went into, he went into. We put the cart in the same
It was
cart.
getting weird.
Like I was just like, man, I was like, I feel like Greg's like from
He's right
another.
there. I saw AJ Jensen randomly yesterday at when we went there. That's funny. Like, hey, Greg. No,
Yeah,
that's
I was like, Greg,
Yeah.
Greg O'Mac.
I'm right-handed, buddy. Not Greg. He goes, I got a winner. I got Doug Christie. Kings got a little life. College football uniform matchups. I loved it, even though the teams. I love the uniform matchups that we had with the four teams there: Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas, and we get another good one with Ohio State, Notre Dame there. If you watched anything in the news on Jason Whitlock, just the peanut butter skin. That's now taking over the world. Peanut butter skin, and
Big
so
Kings
we got
and peanut butter.
we got that. Netflix on WWE. I kind of thought they did that was a good one on Monday. Enjoyed that. With that
was
and
horrible, though.
I
Like they
liked
could have done it a lot better.
What did you not like about it?
I mean, just I don't know. It's like the way they did the whole thing was just like it left a lot to be desired for me.
Like the matches itself?
Or like a lot of the guys, they aren't on Raw, you know.
Yeah, well, they were trying to make it bigger than that because it was Netflix. That was kind of that was the whole idea I got from it. It was almost like a WrestleMania.
How do you boo the guy that started the whole thing? I mean,
It's LA. It's LA
Vince
and
McMahon?
politics. It's LA and politics. What do you expect? Right?
No,
But,
it was because of Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart. Oh, he's out there.
Well, that's why the booing happened. Tyler, did you watch any of this or no?
No, I mean I saw Hulk Hogan getting booed, but I didn't know.
Did you see
It
The
wasn't-
Rock come out?
It wasn't
Rock came
Hogan getting booed though. It was Jimmy Hart. You guys had the American flag, and I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys.
I don't know enough to know about
Yeah.
what Jimmy Hart did with it. I also know that, but I actually thought it was good. We watched Xavier watched the whole thing last night. I thought they did pretty good. Yeah, right there. That part wasn't that great, but the Cena part was also a little for me, a little too much. But I thought it was all right. The last one I had was Sabonis with 28 rebounds.
Yeah, that was
Quite
insane.
a performance there. So those are my winners and losers of the week. What is it? Ovechkin? I had also down 20 goals for 20 straight seasons. That's pretty good. Not bad consistency there. So, all right, we got 3 playoff games tonight. Ryan, I'll see you maybe on Talking Boys. Have a good week. Casey, Tyler, Brian. We'll see you guys next week for episode 208. Enjoy the Sunday, everybody.